Howdy folks, it's Alter here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We're still taking a little break from the bush trips. We've been doing the back-to-back and I need a little break. So previously we did Discovery Flight and this time we're going to do some more of the flight training. Again, I'm not shooting for straight A's. I'm just going through so we can check this out together. Right now, as of Sim Update 6, we have 2 left. VFR navigation, airliner training. But when the Game of the Year edition comes out soon, they're going to add IFR navigation and I think something else. I can't remember how many they're adding, but they will be adding some. And I believe it's called Game of the Year edition. I already forgot. Read about it yesterday. Or, well, for you, a while ago, but for me it was yesterday. And I just know they're adding some. So let's do VFR navigation. Let's get back with our friend Jess and let's see how this goes. Alright, learn about visual flight rules and how to use the outside world to navigate. Okay, looks like there's 5 modules. Again, we're not shooting for straight A's. I was before, but I ain't got time for that. I'm just going to do as best as I can and see what they have to offer. So the first module is departure. Get airborne and use the runway for reference. Training. A good departure is key to a good navigation. Is the key to a good navigation. After takeoff, take a safe, gosh, that's hard to read. After the takeoff, take a safe altitude of 6,500 feet, 500 feet above circuit height, and fly over the runway at a 41-degree heading to start your navigation from a known location. So 6,500 feet, fly over the runway at 41 degrees. So we're going to start here, going to climb to 6,500 feet, turn around, and do 41 degrees. Here we go. During the loading screen, it said, rule of thumb, for every 1 degree you are off course, over 60 nautical miles, 60 nautical miles, you'll be 1 nautical mile off your route. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Today we're going to leave our familiar airport of Sedona and venture south to reach Flagstaff Airport. To guide us, we will rely on the navlog. It references the different legs necessary to reach our final destination. Our first goal is to fly over the runway center at 6,500 feet with a heading of 41 degrees. By doing so, we will be perfectly set up to engage with the first leg of the navlog. After takeoff, we will continue crosswind as if we were following the standard traffic pattern. However, we won't turn downwind. Instead, we will continue climbing to 6,500 feet before turning on course toward the runway center. Okay, you can take off whenever you're ready.
Alright, parking brake off, throttle's full. Well, parking brake was already off, I guess. There we go. Remember, in these trainings, because their altitude is so high, you actually have to do auto mixture. You have to use your mixture to keep climbing, which they don't talk about. Now, maybe they assume you have auto mixture turned on if you're doing these flight trainings, but I don't have auto mixture turned on. So I have to worry about that. There we go. Brakes to stop the wheels. And
Nice command during takeoff.
you're welcome.
Your target altitude is 6,500 feet.
Flaps coming in.
Maintain 75 knots. That's 500 feet
you
above
go.
the traffic pattern, as we don't want to interfere with incoming aircraft.
Bringing back mixture ever so slightly because we're at 5,000 feet. And it says maintain 75 knots. We're only at 70. And get to 75 so it doesn't deduct our score. And where are you? There you are. There's 74 knots. We're going to climb to 5,700. Bringing, well, too much back on the mixture. Mixture forward a little bit. There we go. Mixture is set. 76 knots. Trim back and pull back a little bit to 75 knots. And 5,400 feet. Make sure our altimeter is good. Compass is good. And what happened?
You need to stay in the pattern for the sake of this exercise.
Oh. I was supposed to turn. Okay, I wasn't gonna turn until.
Maintain 75 knots.
Oops. I wasn't gonna turn until I reached 5,700 feet. Sorry, Jess. That's right, I forgot. What happened now?
You need to stay in the pattern for the sake of this exercise.
Am I not in the pattern? I am in the pattern. What am I doing wrong? See, I wasn't doing anything wrong. What? I'm totally fine. What's the problem here? I don't understand. Yeah, reach the end of the upwind leg. That's the dot up there. So what was my problem? Did I drift like 1 degree off or something? Well, there goes my good score. Alright, aiming for that blue dot in front of us. And we're at 75 knots, 74 knots, and there's 56, 5680, and 5,700 feet. There's our upwind leg right under our nose. And
as you climb,
there you go,
turn left so you stay in the vicinity of the airport.
Alrighty, we're gonna keep climbing. And our mixture is still okay. And I'm looking for another dot. There it is. Reach an altitude of 6,500. And bring back mixture a little bit more till it just about drops there. Drop, put mixture back in 10%. Alrighty, still climbing. Except we've gotten too slow. And there we go. Now we're going to turn back 41 degrees, right? Except we're not.
Maintain 75 knots.
I know, I'm just trying to get, see, this is where if you don't get to 6,500 feet fast enough, it gets mad, just like that other one. So that's why I was slowing down, because I was just trying to get up faster. You know what I mean? Trying to climb faster. And we're going to go this way. I think I turned too soon. She didn't tell me to turn yet. Because we're not going 41 degrees. We're doing 10 degrees. Whoops, I'm going too fast. There's 6,500 knots. Now what are we going to do? My score is not going to...
You need to do this more quickly.
What?
To ensure accurate navigation, you want an accurate starting point. And what's more accurate than the runway you just departed from?
See...
Go ahead and position your plane above the airport.
See, this is what I was talking about, see? She wanted me to get to 6,500 feet more quickly, right? So I was trying to, but then I had to slow down to do it, and then she got mad at me for slowing down.
Maintain 6,500 feet.
Yeah, I know. Let's get down to 6,500 feet. But you see what I mean? She's like, you need to be more quick. Yeah, I know. That's why I was...
Maintain 6,500 feet.
I'm trying to, but see, I had this problem before too, where you go too fast and too high. Whatever. I know I'm not the only one, because I have gotten a lot of comments.
Maintain 6,500 feet.
On these videos about, I've had a lot of comments on these videos from other people who have the same problem. Where they follow it to a T, they've been simming a long time, and they can't make her happy. So, I don't know. Maybe it's the type of thing that if you don't know, you're better off type thing, you know what I mean? There we go. Take a 41 degree heading. So there's 30, 41.
Nice.
There we go. Okay.
That's it for navigation departure.
I think we got
well
a C.
done.
I think we got a C. I think we got a D. Do they give Ds? We got a B. Nice. All right, next module. Here we go. All right, let's look at the rubric a second. My turn was good. Departure prep was good. It's getting up there, rapidly reaching 65. See? I went as fast as I could, and I even slowed us down to get up there faster, and it still wasn't fast enough. And then she was mad at the speed. See? This is the one that other people comment all the time on those other videos, saying they have the same dang problem. So whatever. Who cares? Let's do the next one. What's the next one? Training menu, I guess. Alright, next module, Dead Reckoning. Dead Reckoning. Dead Reckoning. Here we go. Dead Reckoning is a method of navigation widely used in VFR flights. This training session is all about the basics of Dead Reckoning. Starting from a known location at a safe altitude, 6,500 feet above the airport, take the headings 41 degrees towards your next waypoint, Muds Park Golf Course, and start the clock. Maintain the heading, and you should find Muds Park Golf Course after 5 minutes. You basically just need to repeat the operation from waypoint to waypoint and follow a planned route each time. We talk about this a lot because I do mostly VFR flying and GA aircraft. If you know the area, piece of cake. If you don't know the area, it can really get messy in a hurry. But anyway, let's get going.
We're currently at 6,500 feet, about 30 seconds flight time to Sedona Airport. As we make our way toward the runway center, let's talk more about navigation. When you need to set and maintain a heading, you'll want to rely on your heading indicator. Compasses are prone to errors, especially during turns or while accelerating or decelerating.
Alright, let's get back down to 6,500
Okay,
feet.
we're in position over the runway
Come
center.
on, down.
Next step is to validate the time. That's a fancy way of saying start your stopwatch.
Start my stopwatch. There we
On
go.
the nav log, you can see our next waypoint, Munns Park, is at a 41-degree heading about 5 minutes away. That means we need to be on a 41-degree heading. Check your heading indicator and make your turn. Good. Maintain
Okay.
a 41-degree heading.
Maintain 41 degrees at 6,500 feet.
As you approach Munns Park, the terrain level rises. To maintain a safe altitude, we'd better climb to 8,000 feet.
Sounds
Make sure
good.
you keep the same heading. Maintain full power during your climb.
Full power. Whoops, sorry. I was enjoying the sights and I got off. That's why you shouldn't sightsee, right? Because look what happens. 41 degrees, well, we're at 45. And climb about 75. Well, no, let's climb more steeply because we're going to get in trouble for not climbing fast enough, quickly enough. Right? She gets mad at that. So there's 7 grand. I'm burning to look out the window. But then we're going to get off. So let's just stay the way it is. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Navigation is basically flying a given heading for a given amount of time. Sometimes you deviate. But if you track the time flown from your last known position, you'll always have at least a range for your current position.
That makes sense. I don't know, maybe Jess and I are friends again. She's been getting pretty mad at me lately. Well, we're getting kind of slow. Oh, do I have to bring back mixture? There we go. Come on, mixture. Come on, mixture. There we go. I had to bring it back like 3/4 of the... Whoa, there we go. Now we're getting our power. There we go. Okay, good. Whoops, I was looking away here. Coming up on 8,000. We are climbing more slowly than you would want to, but I want to get up to 8 grand so she doesn't yell at me, because there's nothing worse than AI yelling at you. It's worse than a human yelling at you, because at least a human you can have a discussion about it. But when it's AI, nope. Alright, there's 78. And I'm hitting D on my keyboard to make sure my compass stays aligned. See how it moved a little bit? Because it will drift. And 79. And now we get to speed up again. There's 8.
Okay, now get back to cruise attitude. Let the speed increase, then set cruise power at 2,300 RPM.
2,300. Well, let's see. I can't see that far away, so we'll just wait till it turns green on the objectives. Isn't that 2,300? There we go. Alrighty, let's stop climbing. Trim so that we do what we need to do here. There we go. Oh, 45 degrees. Let's go back to 41. Because remember, every 1 degree off for every 60 nautical miles, you'll be a mile away, 1 nautical mile away from where you want to be. Let's stop climbing. She's getting mad at us.
Do you see the green patch with the lake on its right?
I do.
This is Munns Park Golf Club. We're almost there. Let's proceed over it and see if the stopwatch matches the navlog estimation.
Reach the
We all
golf
know
course.
speed can increase or decrease depending on the wind. That's why at your next waypoint, you'll want to compare your estimated time en route with the actual time flown. Validate your estimate and your progress.
And then you can make that calculation adjustment for the next waypoint. See? I know where she's going with that. Alright, so I said 454. It's going to be just a little more than 454, probably because I climbed so steeply it would slow us down horizontally, but who cares? There we go. Sweet. Now can I look out the window a little bit? Look at that little thing. That reminds me of the Badlands biome in Minecraft. Whoopsie, I varied because I looked out the window for 3 or 4 seconds and look what happened. Shouldn't get mad at us because it took us 30 seconds longer. It will be 30 seconds longer by the time we get there. Hope she doesn't get mad at us for that, because if I had gone faster to get a better time, she got mad at us for not climbing quickly enough. So, whatever.
That was excellent.
Thanks,
Navigation to Munns Park is in the books.
Thanks. We got an A. Let's see what the rubric tells us here. See? They wanted us to go even faster still, but then our time would have taken longer. Manage power roll, that was easy. Reach the course with C. Okay. See, we got docked because we didn't get there fast enough, but then we also didn't climb fast enough. So had I climbed more quickly still, this would have taken even longer still. I want to see the person who wrote this. I want to see them do it. Whoever programmed this. Alrighty, here we go. What's next? Next is landmark and navigation. Following and aiming at land features is the most basic method of navigation. It is widely used in VFR navigation. Starting above Munns Park Golf Course, find the highway and follow it to Flagstaff Airport 6 minutes away. Here we go.
Alright, we're currently at 8,000 feet, approximately 30 seconds out from Munns Park Golf Club.
Resetting my
While we fly
mixture.
over it, let's talk about landmark navigation. One of the easier methods of navigation involves following identifiable landmarks like highways, and it just so happens we have one below us.
We do?
Do you see the highway on your left?
Yep. I do.
That highway leads all the way to Flagstaff.
Okay.
Let's follow it, and we should reach Flagstaff Airport in 6 to 7 minutes.
Turn left. Alright, so what's happening is, whoa. Because I adjusted my mixture mid-flight and my throttles mid-flight, it got our trimming all screwed up, so we climbed.
To make sure we don't miss it, reset your stopwatch here and start it again.
Okay. Why am I getting all these stupid sounds every time I hover over something? I lost the airport. I mean the highway. Oh, there it is. Alright, let's stay at 8,000. Come on, be trim. And yes, when I was turning, I was losing altitude. That was on purpose. Because normally you lose altitude if you don't pull back. I know that. I just was purposely trying to lose altitude. Trim down. This is a highway, right? Must be because our
Flagstaff
objective is still
Airport's
green.
altitude is around 7,000 feet.
Oh. Okay.
Unlike in Sedona, the traffic pattern altitude there is standard. This means its altitude is 1,000 feet above the airport, which works out to 8,000 feet.
Well, imagine that.
We need to fly over the airport before entering the traffic pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Since we don't want to interfere with other aircraft already in the traffic pattern, let's fly at least 500 feet above pattern altitude.
So 8,500 feet.
So let's climb to 8,500 feet on the way.
Okie dokie.
Keep it at full power while you're climbing.
Full power. Climbing, climb, climb, climb. Do. So I think in real life, would we be off to the right of the highway so we can see it out our left window, or would we be right over it like this? I wonder. Well, we should climb faster. She's going to yell at us. But then we'll slow down and take too much time to get there, and then she will yell at us. That's okay. We're used to it. Alright, there's 83 and a half. 24.
Perfect. Maintain 8,500 feet until we reach the airport.
Okie dokie, we've got 5 minutes.
Set RPM at 2,300.
2,300. I'll just bring it back until it turns green because I can't see that far. There we go. And trim it out so that we don't have to touch a thing. Trim. There we go. And slight bang to the right to get online with this airport. And now we're just going to chill for a while, I guess. So pretty. I think we can take a moment and enjoy this, right? I don't think we'll get too screwed up other than altitude. Gorgeous, huh? Let's just look around super fast. And I really got to turn off those stupid sounds whenever I push a button. That's so annoying. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. I haven't gone through any settings since updating to Sim Update 6. I probably should have before I started recording. But at least our menu arrow goes away on its own again. That's what matters most.
There it is, Flagstaff Airport, on the right side of the highway.
Yay.
Excellent landmark navigation.
Thanks, Jess. Alright, got an A. Let's check out the rubric. Again, she wanted us to climb more quickly probably, but it still took us too long. Whatever. Let's keep going. Alright, our penultimate module, arrival. Here we go. This last part of navigation is arriving at the destination. In this lesson, we will see how to integrate the circuit or traffic pattern of an uncontrolled airport. Start and fly by over the airport at not less than 500 feet above the circuit height. At not less than, so more than at least 500 feet above the circuit height. In this case, fly 8,500 to identify the active runway. Then turn left and descend in the circuit of 8,000 feet and fly over and land on 21. So we're coming this way. We're going to do left. Bunch of lefts. So 8,000 feet on downwind, 80 knots. Base lake 65 to 77. This isn't going to work out. I can predict that because it never does. And then we'll land. Okie dokie, here we go.
Flagstaff Airport is right in front of us, and we're currently at 8,500 feet.
Come on, mixture. Come back,
That's
mixture.
500 feet above the standard
Yikes.
traffic pattern. It's a good altitude to avoid interfering with aircraft already in the pattern. Proceed above the
There we
terrain,
go.
making sure you maintain our current altitude.
No navlog on this one? Okay. Well, we gotta come down a little bit here. Come on, get down. See, I have my mixer. I had to reset my mixer and throttles and to screw everything up. There we go. Okay. Alright, let's do 80 knots and 8,500 feet if we can. I think that's what she wants. There we go. There's 8,500 feet and 80 knots. That should be good. Keep her power the way it is. I'm not going to touch it even though it's less than she wants it to be. Stay on target. Stay on target. Sweet. There is runway center, just about. Well, speed up, but I'm losing altitude here.
We're going to land on runway 21,
Okay.
coming from the right to the left. We'll be following a left-hand traffic pattern as we did in Sedona.
Okay.
Ready?
Nope.
Reduce speed to 80 knots and start a turn to the left.
Reduce speed to
toward
80
a
knots.
120 degree
Going
heading.
above 80 knots already. Or I'm already below. Turn left. Okay, they want 80 knots. She wants us to go faster. So throttles then to go faster. 120 degrees. See, I can't even get to 80 knots right now. Let's not climb though. That'll get us down to 80 knots. There we go. Whoops. Oh boy, this is going to go all over the place. This is not going to go well, is it? I'm all over the place with my speed, my altitude.
As we pass over the runway
There we
again,
go.
start descending to 8,000 feet. Still
8,000 feet.
maintaining 80 knots.
So we'll use the throttle,
You'll
right?
enter the pattern in the middle of the downwind leg for runway 21.
We'll use throttle to control our descent, but we'll point down to reach 80 knots. There we go. Use pitch to get our 80 knots, throttles to control our descent down to 8,000 feet. Bringing back throttles pretty much all the way to get down there quickly so she doesn't get mad at us. Point down, attitude down for 80 knots. And
We've got clearance to enter the downwind leg and land on runway 21. Keep your attitude, then follow the standard pattern.
alrighty. Pitch for 80 knots.
Extend 10 degrees of flaps.
Throttles.
Complete the traffic pattern until landing, as
Whoa.
you learned previously.
Sorry, I wasn't watching. Sorry. Man, when I do this for our regular flights, everything goes so smoothly. I maintain speed, I maintain altitude, I maintain the direction we want. I have full throttle, I cannot get above 65 knots. Look at this. She said 10 degrees flaps, right? Which I did. And I cannot get up to 80 knots. Oh, this is frustrating. Now we'll slowly work our way up to 80 knots. There we go. Pitch down for 80 knots. Come on. Pitch down more. There we go. Jeez, that was tough. Throttles back so we don't climb. Pitch down to stay at 80 knots. There we go. Pitch down to stay at 8. Third. Throttles back to get down to 8,000 feet. And now we're going to turn left. Reduce speed to 65 knots. So we're going to nose up, attitude up for 65 knots. And we don't want to lose any altitude, so throttle so we don't lose altitude. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Nose up to keep 65 knots. Throttles to get back up to 8,000. There's 69 knots. And 7,900. Nose up for 65. Reach final turn, turn left for final. And are we going to see? Oh, nose down for 65 knots. Are we going to see our airport? Hey, there it is. Oh gosh, we're way too high. Of course we're too high. Now we're going to land, and we're too fast. See, this happens every landing, every module with a landing. See this? It's too high and too fast. I brought back. I'm slipping it in, by the way. That's why it's turning and twisting. Too high and too fast. Every time I follow her directions perfectly. I guess no, I was a little high, wasn't I? It was supposed to be 7,500. I was thinking 8,000, so whatever. I was just making everything green. I have like a ton of slip going on, but it's working. It's working. There we go. Throttles, yeah, they've been back a long time. And land on 20. Yep. Slightly pull back on the yoke. Really? Not yet. There we go. Slip is done. And let's try to land in the middle. A little bit of right rudder because we got left rudder, right. Yeah, there we go. There's a little bit of crosswind there. Apply brakes. Let's get back in the middle here. Hopefully we got at least a C. Maybe we can pull through and get a B on that one. We'll have to see what she says.
Good integration, but something tells me you can do even better.
We got a B. That's good enough. Yeah, see my speed and everything. Whatever. Okay, let's go. Alright, final module. I think we have to do this whole thing all by ourselves. In this return trip, you'll be departing Flagstaff, handling navigation after takeoff, safe altitude 8,500 feet, 500 feet above circuit, fly over to start navigation. Choose whatever method of navigation you're comfortable with. Reach the golf course, dead reckoning, landman, or both. Well, I'm going to just follow the highway, right? I'm just going to follow the highway to the golf course. And then, I don't know how you can come back through here, because the golf course is there, but we'll figure it out. Once you've reached the destination, fly over the airport 6500 and navigate the active runway. Descend to 6000, left downwind for 21. Follow the traffic pattern, keep the speed below. Keep the speed at 65 knots. Okay, let's see how this goes.
Are you ready for this?
Nope.
You are going solo on a full VFR flight. From takeoff to touchdown, it's all you. You'll be departing Flagstaff Pulliam Airport, handling every navigational step on your way to Sedona. It's the return trip from your previous lessons. You'll be flying over the same landmarks. You remember them? The highway, Munns Park Golf Club. Choose whatever you're confident with. Dead reckoning, landmark navigation, or both. This is what you've trained for. Just remember everything you've learned. And most of all, enjoy the ride.
Yes, I'm going to enjoy it. Okay, take off, and then we'll start the timer and all that good stuff. So here we go. And there we go. And we're going to have to do some mixture stuff here. Whoops. Too much back on the mixture. I guess you wouldn't do mixture when you're taking off anyway, but altitude is so high you can barely get going. Alright, here we go. Airspeed is finally alive. Super high altitude. Make sure our compass is set. There it is. And take off. Brakes to stop the wheels. And flaps coming in. And now I'll mess with my mixture. And mixture's optimal. Maintain 75 knots and reach 8,500 feet. I started the stopwatch. Okay, there's 70 knots. But see, if I go down to 75, it's going to take us so long to get to 8,500. She's going to get mad. See a theme here? Alright, so there's my nav log. It's in my way. We got up to 7,500 knots, 75 knots. There it is. And we're heading north, so we have to turn around, right? Turn around to get to that highway, which is back there, I believe. I think it was. I don't know. How's my mixture doing? I want more power here. There we go, there's more power. Actually, I guess it was too early to start this, wasn't it? Let's turn that off. Can I turn now? I think I can turn now, right? 75 knots. There we go. Oh, we're barely climbing, even at 75 knots. Look at that. Is that our highway? I think that's our highway. Maybe not. I have a feeling we're not going to reach 8,500 feet in time, and we're going to fly away, and we're going to get in big trouble because we're not in the vicinity of the airport when we... Cause there's our highway already. And we're not at 8,500 feet yet. So should I just kind of stay in the area, I guess? Because look how slow this climb is. At 300 feet per minute, it's going to take like 4 minutes just to get up there. Jeez. Let's make this crazy faster here. I know we're going slower than 75. I just want to get up there in the vicinity so we don't get yelled at. Alright, we're getting closer. No, see, we're going down now. Ah, come on. Let's get up to 8,500 feet. My mixture should be good, right? We got... Yep. My mixture was good. And are 8,500 feet within the airport yet? Please, turn green right now. Come on. Come on, turn green. All I'm trying to do is make green objectives. It's not turning green. So that means we're not close enough to the airport. Say, because it says while remaining in the vicinity. Let's go back. There we go. Okay. Now let's set cruise attitude. Whoops, we're climbing. Cruise attitude. I said cruise attitude. Get back down here. And then 2300 on the RPMs. There we go. Perfect. I just did 2300, didn't I? Am I too slow? Where's 2300? There it is. I guess it was too low. Okay. Above runway center. Oh, come on. Now we gotta go back and go over the runway center. Good grief. This is definitely one hot mess. So I should have gone towards those mountains on takeoff much longer before I started my turnaround. I was just getting kind of antsy, so now we have to go back. But that's okay, I guess. And there's about runway center, although we're really getting blown all around here. Jeez. We're really getting blown around. Okay, now what? Now can I turn and go home? Start stopwatch. Oh yeah, because it's time to, we're supposed to be facing the other way, if you haven't figured it out. This is really a hot mess. If you're using this as a tutorial, don't. So now we're going to go back to our highway, maintaining 8,500 feet. Highway is right under us. Then we're going to find the golf course. Oh, nice roundabout. Okay. Here we go. There's the highway. There's 8,500 feet. We're just going to point this way and trim out, so we shouldn't have to do anything. And then we should be good to go. Okay. And this is a golf course, should be 6 minutes and 51 seconds. Of course, it'll take us a little longer. But that's what we're looking for. So in about 7 minutes, we will see if we're at the golf course. Hopefully we get a little POI pop-up thing. I'm counting on it anyway. Just having a look around. There's the airport. There's the highway. We're following this to the golf course, I think. Hopefully we end up there. It's only been 2 minutes, 2.75 minutes. So we have a ways to go yet. I just realized we're probably going to get docked on the power management part of the rubric because we're at 2,400 RPMs instead of 2,300 RPMs, but that's going to change my trim and stuff. So let's back that off a little bit. 5.25 minutes in, so we should be seeing it pretty soon, at least from the air. Let's look behind us if we can. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's amazing, isn't it? See a bunch of screenshots there. There's a report in the background. I don't see the golf course yet. Oh, maybe that's it right here. Is that it right there? Yep, that's it. Let's head that direction, because we're going to have to go over it in order for it to count, right? And it said use whichever means you want to. So let's go there now. It looks like we're going to get there a little ahead of schedule even. That's good. Unless we get docked too much, but there it is. And then we'll turn towards the airport and land. Hopefully. I don't want to really do this again. It's fun to do it once, but it's not as fun as doing our own flights without getting yelled at. See you later, highway. And in that valley to the left of the beam there is the way to the airport. Very nice. Alright, there's the golf course. Let's see how this goes here. Oh no, we are going to be pretty close. Awesome, good. And there's our POI that popped up, although we didn't actually need it, believe it or not. Well, let's stay at 8,500 feet until they tell us to do otherwise. And it's taking us way longer to get there, but that's okay. And it should tell us to turn any minute here. We're over the golf course. There we go. So now what? Do we turn? Restart stopwatch, maintain 8,500 feet, pause, reset, start again. And we're aiming for 5 minutes. We're at 8,500 feet, reach Sedona Airport. That's the plan, Stan. I think it was over here, right? In the valley. Down in the valley, valley so low, I met my true love. Something, something, something. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know. I don't know my American folk tunes very well. Alright, highway, see you later. I think the airport is over here, wasn't it? Oh, it tells me the heading, right? It says 222. Yep. Boom, look at that. 221. Perfect. I think that's the airport directly off the nose. And we're facing 223 degrees. So do we get to fly straight in, or are they going to make us join a pattern? You know what I mean? I hope we can just fly straight in. Might as well enjoy the scenery while we're here. She did say the most important thing is to enjoy it, right? Did she not say that? Looks like when we get there just before sunset, reach Sedona Airport. Why is it... What? Where's the airport? The airport is exactly off the nose. So we're going to fly over runway center. They are going to make us do a traffic pattern, even though this is the... fly straight in idea, but they're not going to let us fly straight in. That's okay. Alright, let's go down to 6,500 and keep our speed not too fast. There's 8,000. I guess because of our altitude we can't fly straight in. Maybe that's what they're thinking. I don't know. I would have just hugged the train and slipped it in, but maybe that's not how they want us to do it. Alright, there's our 6,500. Let's level off, which will help us slow down quite a bit as well. Alright, now what does it want us to do? We just flew over the runway, turn left to 120 degrees, descend to 6,000. Okie dokie. There's 64. Nose down to keep our speed up a little bit. Don't know why I'm whistling my S's. And throttles to control our descent rate. Pitch to control our speed. And there's our downwind there. And we're just 6,000 feet, so throttles now to level off. So we stop descending. Pitch up to keep our speed down a little bit. Throttles back, so we descend, or ascend nicely to 6,000 because we overshot it a little bit. And there we go, close enough. Turn left to a 30-degree heading. Let's keep our speed down for this. Let's get our speed down to 65 now. And start descending a little bit here. Okay, yep, 6,000 feet. No. It wants us to go back up. And it wants to be 80 knots? See, that is too fast. We're not going to reach 80 knots, sorry. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll reach 80 knots. Can we get up to 6,000? Maybe we can do it. Come on. Can we reach 80 knots, though? No, we will. Barely. Just in time to come down and slow down, but whatever. Oh, we're gonna hit 80 knots. Let's get it green before it goes away. Come on. There it is, 80 knots. And we're too high, it says. There we go. Boom. Good grief. Chasing these little numbers. Reach the end of the base leg. Maintain 65 knots. Base leg has to be this way. And 65 knots. Come on, 65 knots. Come on, 65 knots. We can do it. We can do it. And there we go. Okay. Jeez. Oh, too fast it says. Alrighty. And turn on the final, right? Land your aircraft. Maintain 65 knots. We're at 65 knots. What else does it want us to do? There we go. Alright, see again, 65 knots is, we're not going to be able to because we got to come down to land. And we're going to gate speed when we come down because throttles are back. Throttles have been back. We're going to slip it in a lot to get down. Ugh, let's do flaps. Use flaps as brakes. You're not supposed to, but we're going to. See, we're way too fast, see? Way too fast and way too high. We followed it exactly. We followed the altitude exactly. We followed the speed exactly. Oh my gosh. There we go. That was very messy. I don't care. I just want to land at this point. But like I said, I'm getting loads of comments. Other people having the same issue. So it's not just me. And land. There we go. Okay. And brakes. Jeez. Okay, we did it. Let's see what we got. Think we got a B on that one? Maybe we got a B. Hoping for a B.
You did well, but you can do better. Some people say the sky's the limit. I say it's just the beginning.
Yeah, we got a B. Oh my gosh, did we miss an A by... Oh, we missed an A by 99 points. Okay, if our climb would have been better... Hey, our navigation, okay. Whatever. Good enough for me. Let's see what our overall thing was here. 79%. What's that? C+? Ugh. Wait, hang on. We only got A's and B's, but we got like a C+. How does that work? How do you get A's and B's, but your overall score... Maybe because of their percentage. That's right, their percentages are different. They would give you B's when you normally get a C. Never mind. Okay, so for them it's a B. Okay. I don't even know why I'm talking about this. Anyway, we'll do airline training next, and then the game update will add more. But for right now, all we have left is airline training. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you then.